So another video on Ethereum. What I'm trying to do is do the kind of Bitcoin and Ethereum videos at the same time, just so people can try and get a bit of a picture of them collectively together. I just uploaded my Bitcoin video where I spoke about 90k being a real possibility, and we can see that reiterated on this ETH chart here. So what I've done is mapped out this range. So we've got the range low, we've got the range high. It's quite a big range, but I spoke about this before. We have a huge gap here between this low here and this high here. A huge gap. It's almost begging to be filled. Now, that does provide us some confluence with Bitcoin going to 90k. We can see there is room here for ETH to do a very, very similar move, which is a 20% drawdown. So what we have is we have a number of lows. We've actually just taken out this low, but realistically we've got to take out all these all these untapped lows here. This untapped low, these are liquidity pockets that realistically need to be taken before we can move higher in the market. So along with BTC, this looks ready now to come down and to take these pockets. I'm thinking we sweep both of these lows, we come down, and then we stab deeper into this fair value gap here before breaking back up and then coming up to continue the run. Now, that is very, very similar to the BTC drawdown that I spoke about. There is no need at all to be getting bullish on Ethereum here. This 4.1k level is the range highs from over here. So anywhere below that is not a good place to get bullish. If we can break back above this level, it would be bullish. It would be bullish if we can break back above this level. But this is now starting to look a little bit like, or very much like I should say, a deviation to the larger range, within this larger range. If I flip to this weekly here, you can see this gap much better. A fair value gap is an area where price hasn't traded for a long period of time, and it's just bang, wicked straight up and straight through. So more often than not, any areas of fair value likely get tested before the market can continue. That being said, that gives added reason for this gap, this void area, to be filled. Now, I don't see any reason at all really why we can't hit that level. It would be very healthy as well from a market structure perspective to wait for that to be filled before we go back up. So again, just like with BTC, I think, what's the corrective period? I think it's around 20%. Hold on. There we go. From up here anyway, but from down here, it's around 20%. Now with the BTC target as well, it works out to be 17-18%, and then with total, we're around, if we feel that way, we're around 18-90%. So very, very similar. If we see this on ETH, okay, maybe we don't go quite as deep, maybe we go to the top of this week, around 20%. Everything is kind of aligning for a very, very similar drawdown in terms of majors, which is good when you're looking for your thesis. Is your thesis correct? Is there room on all these other majors for this move to go down the same amount? And right here, there absolutely is, which gives me more confidence that it's definitely possible to do so. So right now in the market, I would watch out. I would not be catching any knives unless we come down to around the 3k region. So 3k, 90k are the targets I would be saying right now we can start to think about going risk on. But right now, to me, it just doesn't look healthy. There's absolutely no need to get bullish here. Like I say, with leverage trading, you've got to let the price come to you. And that's either down here in this void, or that's strength and consistency above this big trigger line here. So right now we're kind of in limbo, and you don't really want to be taking any gambles when you're in limbo. So unfortunately, it's a waiting game right now. I think there's a big drawdown coming for majors. It would be a fantastic time to pick up some alts if we get that. I mean, they could go down kind of 35% if this happens. So just be mindful of what can happen here and the possibilities that can happen here. And then we can come back to this when we're at 3k ETH, 90k BTC, and we can start to feel more bullish about the market again. But right now, it's just not the time to do so. I hope that helped. Like, comment, subscribe.